Jinner. Umti was on the bot side. Let's see the replay. It's all about compositions and turning off Baron.
The first one that does it is going to be Wolf coming through here. The pop-up straight into the flag and drag.
They knew exactly what to do. They were happy with any target. They went on to So1. They know Devour's down, and they can keep turning. Ezreal just skips past, throws down an ult. There's Faker. Presence of mind means he no longer has mana cost for the entirety of this fight. Too easy for SKT, but they waited. They bided their time for so long. The items are suddenly complete. It's go time for SKT. They didn't need a second reminder, and that will be Baron. And potentially the first meaningful lead of the game for SKT.
Certainly does look that way. 4,000 gold here up at the moment with plenty of towers in there.
Skips past, throws down an ult.
Their sights have only taken the top and mid-outer so far. Now the final one falling there in the bottom lane as Bang gets rolling. The Lord Dominic's ready to go, as well as that Blade of the Ruined Kings are going to be doing damage aplenty here. There's this Ezreal jumping forward fearlessly underneath the turret. Takes that one shot, gets crit. So jump back over the wall. The flash now going to be used.
Bit too overconfident, but only the flash expended to answer it. Gnar and Ornn tussling, but this time Baron buff. Fatal on the top side.
He gets rolling.
Jinner's comp is very weak.
Lord Dominic's ready to go, as well as that Blade of the Ruined
Weak against poke. Azir has good range, but
Kings are going to be doing damage aplenty here.
Outranges Azir's effective range. Sit back there. The engage is really only So1.
Ezreal
on the
jumping forward
Ornn, and
fearlessly
there,
underneath
so
the turret.
they're so happy
SKT crit.
Have three
Jump
members
back over
bot
the wall. The
side.
flash now going to be used.
Downloads on the shield. Ardent Sensor and AD comes the way. A Bang. And that's the one thing Teddy's pretty useless
the
against.
damage coming through there. Two-shot barrage thrown out into a couple of missing shots, and Teddy down to half HP. Has to get devoured. That's going to be the tier 2 turret going down here in the bottom lane.
This lane assignment doesn't work for Jinner. They will continue to lose. Buddy system in mid.
Again, looking for the pick there onto Umti, but he's got the leap away. Not going to get caught by the flag and drag, but this opens up Faker to go ahead and finish off this turret. So suddenly, everything just crumbling around Jinner as SKT surges forward with the gold lead.
It's not a random time, Achilles. Right on time for the items. This is where SKT have the answer, and again, we see a Kha'Zix outscaled. Again and again, we have seen it so far in the LCK. A more bloody region, the LPL, maybe in EURNA. The Kha'Zix, I'm sure, will be powerful because there's a lot of inherent power. It's still a super power pick in solo queue, but teams here have been extending games. The average game time is so much longer than reported. We're going to be close to 40 minutes by the end of today for the entire first week. Which for some viewers will be happy, for others will be resident sleeper, but the end result here is that SKT have done everything right. They have hit their lanes, they have hit their item timings. Faker has done the most scaling you could ever do in any kind of reliable way, and now it's at a point where Jinner are pushed in too many directions and they have no one solution to answer them.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for those people who wake up late and can still watch some of the LCK games. For the guys who are staying up all night long to watch everything, that's when it gets a little bit more stressful, I suppose, when the resident sleeper still comes through, as you say.
I mean, the struggle is, though, that if you summarize these games, at least Game 3, it's SKT did everything right. They opted into scaling, and now Faker is a monster. That extra movement speed, the 50% movement speed buff on Cassian somehow makes him more terrifying.
I mean, he can just never get away. He actually is like a horror movie villain, where instead of just tripping, he's just always right there behind you.
You remember when Cassian would run out of mana? That's gone.
Yep, no more. Gone are the days where there is no mana.
And he's faster than before as well. This new Cassian tech is not welcomed by me.
Yeah, you know, it's a bit like the movie It Follows if you combine it with like the fast zombies from Dawn of the Dead by Zack Snyder. Constantly chasing you, but this time he's really freaking fast.
Yep. He's got 6 items too. No death cap slot just yet, but you know the spooky ghost will be sold for a death cap if the game goes long enough. Right now, no impetus too. I'll definitely be Checking on whether it was Gathering Storm in the post-game, because that'll be a fun one. If he wins the MVP, we'll get the confirmation. But sitting on 418 AP as well at 35 minutes into the game. Happy times for Faker. He pushes one side lane. Gnar, who hasn't had much to do this game. 100% kill participation should be welcomed for Tal, because there's been no lane action. It's been only team fights.
That's true.
Not often do you see Kassan with 100% kill participation, because there ain't been no kills.
Very, very few of them. 9 total. And it's a wonderful, wonderful game as we are pushing past 36 minutes. But it has been sped up here very considerably by SKT, who have just lunged forward with an 8,500 gold lead as it stands. Another Baron getting ready to come up in about a minute and a half, and then Elder Dragon joining us on the Rift in 25 seconds.
Let's see if they can do what we talked about other teams wanting to do in the previous game, which is start with the Elder and then say, hey, come fight Baron.
Yeah, double up. They have the double stack. So give them quite a bit of damage and make them that much more fearsome. People are already terrified of Faker. Give him that true damage burn as well, and gonna be sleeping with the lights on. Coming through, Bang goes over the wall, looks for Justice. One more hit would do it, but he makes it out of range, and Bang has to peel back away from the other members of Jin Air, but good lord, just absolutely rips the Azir apart.
Yeah, one arcane shift forward means one free Elder Dragon. No way to contest this now. The side of Jin Air. Bang's Ezreal has been a real big treat so far this season. No wards, even in the area, coming through from Jin Air. They give up the hopes on this one and recall and reset for Baron. They know it's going to be coming soon, but this is the dream we spoke about. Even another shot going to come through for the Ezreal. I guess it's probably a pot at this point.
Yeah, just go ahead and get an elixir. He's got the Bloodthirster there. So, full items completed. He's pretty stacked, as it turns out.
This ended up being a much more non-interactive game of League of Legends than I expected.
There's been a lot of threats, threatening movements from the players, but we haven't really seen that many kills come of it, unfortunately. It's just been a lot of "I'm going to jump at you" from Bang and Faker, and then everyone else just, oh crap, and just run around.
I feel like Faker lost his patience a couple of times, and
I'm pretty sure he wants to try to squeeze in a stream tonight, so he's trying to get home as quickly as possible. He's still got to do a fan meet after this and some interviews, you know. There we go. Calm Forge God coming through. Tal going to get knocked up, and he's pretty surrounded. Even with the transformation coming through, looks like he is going to go down. Gets the wall up, gets the massive knockover into the wall, jumps away with a flash, but still flash forward there from Umzi into the leap, tries to get him, but he manages to survive. Still, are you serious? Will he make it out of here? Justice trying to chase in the flash forward will finally take him out, but at the same time, Baron has been taken by SKT. Tal just distracting them completely. The major denial on the recalls coming through from Bang.
Longer than you might appreciate, Achilles. It also burns them with the true damage, which delays the recall, guarantees a turret. Almost a fantastic escape, reminiscent of 957 on the Kled from MSI. Makes up so much space by so much time. Jin Air knew they were swapping a kill for a Baron, but they knew they couldn't do any better. The kill took too long. They also lose an inhibitor. Man, SKT. Bling, bling, bling everywhere.
The punish game is super real right now. SK Telecom, Baron buff into inhibitor, and man, really well played there by Tal. Buying so much time. Welcome to the team, buddy. I imagine is what's going on inside the booth right now.
So the feeling of the roar of the crowd for his actions for the first time here in the LCK. Crowd has been largely silent, understandably. First 35 minutes of this game, that was the highlight of what has been a pretty dour affair. If we're going to be honest, we try to be honest with you, OGN Legion. This one has been SKT with a solid game plan. Sort of game that Coma comes out and it's like, yep, you did exactly what I wanted you to do. Didn't fight when you were weak, fought when you were strong, took all the objectives, and we're assuming at least close out the game. Worth noting that we're
certainly looking that way. Teddy is not as busted as he was in the previous game.
He's getting close, though, Achilles.
I mean, as far as his items are concerned, yes, but he needs to start having the pop-off moments as these fights develop. So, SKT, I mean, they can be as hard committed as they want, or they could just be very lazy about it and just keep firing off Mystic shots and Null Spheres to try to poke him down.
My favorite reality when KT does their prep for this, for the big ban prep, is that SKT are 4-0 with Gnar and no victories with anyone other than Gnar, which is pretty amusing, but that's been lane pressure they needed to carry a lot of these games.
It's going to be the future recruitment strategy of SKT top laners if things continue the way that they kind of always have gone.
It's fair. They've had
You
a lot
play
of good,
Gnar?
They've had a lot of good Gnar players in their time.
Welcome to the team.
Marin and Duke, also great Gnar players. Alright, SKT looking for a way to break the base. No spell shields down, that's something. I see an Orno.
Oh, the Forge God yet again, but the knock-up,
nice.
denying the bounce back. Really well timed there by Effort.
Hard to say if it was fortunate or completely timed, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, we'll just give him that credit. If you play it on SKT, sometimes those things really are just planned out.
Minion wave in mid lane wasn't pushing, so the fact that Azir was able to clear the super minions in top lane to no penalty was relevant. Faker decides not walking, he's taking a teleport.
You know, I mean, it was a really nice play if that was intentional getting the knock-up, but it's really not even that consequential because Sowan's already got another call. The Forge God ready to go. The cooldown on that is absolutely ridiculous.
And that's even without ultimate hat.
Yeah.
I believe he gets sub 40 seconds with ultimate hat. It's just plenty short right now.
It's just, you know, this is basically a Lux ultimate without the damage.
Balance idea. Give him refresh on it. It feels like he has it already.
10 seconds off for everybody who gets knocked up on the bounce back. Just keep chaining them together. You got another one up by the time they hit the ground.
Well, we're going to see one very soon because SKT want to break the base finally here on the bot side.
Just another knock up there on the Sowan, but there we go. Faker into the mid lane with the Lich Bane. Let's go ahead and knock down the turret. Exposes another inhibitor. Super Creeps pushing in, working their way in towards those Nexus turrets. Bang, getting some alone time. Just trying to get those Sheen procs in. Here comes another one. Bounces back. Gets Wolf, but he still makes it over the wall with the flag and drag.
Not full distance, but enough to displace him. And he might be at 6 items. No, he still has the shield, so I guess not. Could be a Bloodthirster shield, though. They're not doing a lot wrong this game, but Sivir's range is being very well taken advantage of.
Oh, man, it's just SKT just throwing literally everything they have down the lane. Whirlwinds, Mystic shots.
Good news. The Fountain Laser has been achieved. He's got 6 items. Hasn't sold his boots. That's the full Fountain Laser.
I mean, Teddy is... Look at his CS.
He's got a lot of them.
That's ridiculous. 582 and 43 and a half
I mean,
minutes.
consider what his average CS is going to be this week. It's going to be like 400.
It's a ton. Insane.
Teddy's
I think
pretty
no matter
good
what,
at League of Legends.
Not having a victory, if that's how the rest of this game turns out, I think Teddy has basically justified a raise for himself.
Well, let's put it this way. Probably going to be Jin losing this game, right? They're going to go into easier fixtures in the future than KSV and SKT, and they've certainly got a bot lane to build around.
Yeah.
Wraith hasn't done too much special, but I think his laning phase has helped the team. Sangyun wasn't a slouch, but I believe Wraith's a better laner. So not Sangyun, I should say Snowflower wasn't a slouch, but I think Wraith's a better laner than Snowflower. Certainly got something for future weeks to face when the opposition gets a little bit less stiff than the world champions and their defeated finalists.
I watched this game and I wonder, would KT beat Jin Air? And it's hard to say. It's not as clear cut as you would think.
You know, so far my KT predictions haven't been that on the ball, so I'm going to hold my tongue.
It's very true.
Super Infinity Edge here for Sivir.
Oh, there we go. Pop up there onto Sowan to take him down to about half HP. Trying to get that Ornn out of the fight, but they at least get the flash away.
It's quite a high armored team, as everyone other than Janna has an armor item, even the AD carry because of Iceborne Gauntlet, and Zhonya's is there for Faker. With the upgraded Infinity Edge, still a lot of power on Teddy, but he can also be popped in an instant. So difficult to actually output that damage. He's been outranged so heavily in team fights that the early laning phase didn't end up meaning anything because the early game was about as non-interactive as can be. We've had 10 kills in 45 minutes.
Classic Jin Air.
If we go for another 3 hours, I believe 2 hours, sorry, we can carry the viewers into EULCS. there's a chance.
Let's bring them straight into it.
Don't say there's not a chance, Kilios.
You know, there unfortunately is a chance. Faker, waiting in the brush. He's going to be found by Umti. He's going to jump forward. Faker going low. Jumps away with a flash. Gets another Rift Walk. Redemption. Will it happen again? Oh, boy.
We almost saw 2 rainbows in one day. Doesn't happen, but Faker's out of the fight. He has teleport.
He does have TP, but he's got to get back to base, and the Baron's already gone so low. They try to go for it. Wolf over the walls just a little bit too late, and Umti confirms the Baron. And just like that, Jin Air have a chance to bring this back.
Insane. And this is with the 6-item Sivir that could potentially do work. This game has been so under control. Faker's coming in.
TP in on the flank here. Faker jumping in, finds Soan's chunking out that horn. Umti going low, will get the GA popped.
Here.
Wolf has to get out of there, and yeah, it looks like Soan. He's got nowhere left to run. He's going to go down. That is going to be Umti falling as well. So 2 Baron buffs already eliminated. SKT, can they push in and knock down the inhibs? That's what's going to give them a lot of free range here.
They might try and end the game anyways, Achilleo. Soan is the only person who's really a front line. A lot of damage, sure, on Teddy and Justice, but not in a 3v5 scenario with this Janna ultimate up as well. See what SKT wants to do. Because of the Baron buff, actually, I take it back. Ending the game is actually really tricky.
Yeah, not going to be nearly as easy, but they will go ahead, break down these inhibs. Seems like they might be able to just complete the sweep, go through, get all 3 of them. So going to be a really difficult base defense here from the side of Jin Air. At least Teddy will be able to work down those minions rather quickly.
This probably does mean that Jin Air will never get the fight they want. If they're able to ace SKT trying to end the game, can they do it in one push? The answer is probably no. Consider that they still have an inner turret to the side of SKT. We're going to see the replay of this particular engage. Very smart Baron. The catch on was purely Umti, just catching up to Faker and being able to do a lot of damage. Even this late in the game, only Zhonya's for defensive stats, but the teleport comes in. Someone tries to deal with Faker, but he takes such a big burst that, yes, he's distracting Faker, and that's probably good for his backline, but people have to pay the price for the crimes of the team, and in this case, 2 fall. They lose all 3 inhibitors, and the Baron's not worth, you'd have to say.
Yeah, I really thought it was going to happen again, though, with Faker getting killed by a Redemption. Would have been insane to see that happen twice in the same day. But makes it out and then punishes Jin Air pretty significantly. So even though they get the Baron buff, they can't leave the base at all. You can see everybody just
Here's what I'll say.
contained there.
I think we have a new record. I don't believe there's ever been a time where in 3 games a player's been able to sell their boots and go 6 rounds. But he's done it again. He's a Fountain Laser again.
I mean, he needs to have the kills to really, truly ascend to Fountain Laser status, Papa Smith.
I mean, he just needs the front line to not die while he crits everyone.
He's got the items in the CS to back up the claim, but I need the evidence.
Well, you may never get it, Achilles. You may have been an implied Fountain Laser because Teddy... Look at the crits. He does so much damage. But it doesn't matter. His range is short. SKT can just all in him or try and outrange. They want to end this game and ignore a team fight. Jin Air can try and counter that. Watch Faker, though, on the bot side.
He's bouncing his way through. Call the Forge God yet again coming through, but that one's going to go wide. Certainly not what Soan was looking for. Bang still just trying to poke away. Those Sheen procs in on the turret when the missing shots aren't connecting.
Jin Air need to ace, and even then they may need a second ace. That's where the game is at. They don't have a free inhibitor, the ability to DPS down that fast, even with something like the Abyssal Voyage. Still high drama, still Jin Air pushing SKT to 50 minutes in the 3rd game, coming from behind to win in game 2. Led in 3 early games, but may mean nothing when it comes to match score. SKT waiting for their minion waves to group. Top minion, super minion wave coming in now.
Now, has that transformation ready to go. It's going to be expiring rather soon, so if they want to go in for the hard commit, it's going to have to happen now. There we go, jumps in, finds stun in onto 4 members, I do believe. Knock up in onto Wraith, manages to get the shield off in time. Faker goes low, has the Zhonya's up. Monsoon casting, but Teddy finds the first kill, now looking for more. Firing away, tries to chunk out Wolf, but he manages to stay alive and still has the Guardian Angel at the same time. So they get the kill onto Faker, they hold off for a little while longer. And SKT will peel back.
It's amazing how this game does emulate the one we saw from KT versus MVP. You remember when Pawn was unable to do damage on the Azir? The only time that SKT are actually going to opt into Sand Soldier damage is trying to end the damn game by trying to take the Nexus. Other than that, they're kiting around. They can return, once again, push up many ways, take 3 inhibitors. Any mistakes, and they win the game. Any mistakes, anyone dies, and they just end the game 5v4. But no mistakes so far. Maybe we have to add another timer, Achilles. Maybe it has to be Elder and Baron before SKT can actually comfortably close this game and ignore the insane damage that we're seeing from Teddy.
750 CS in 51 minutes. Teddy is farming out of his mind right now. I don't even know. What is the CS record in the LCK? I'm not even sure, because he might be ready to break it.
In LCK, it will be a lower number than some other regions, I believe. I know we've got over 700, but I'm actually unclear as to what. Hopefully OGN will be able to pop it on the screen, because they've been on the ball with stats so far. Worth noting that at this point, he's getting CS mostly because he has to, not because he wants to. Certainly is completely ready for items. Don't have 6 items on the Ornn yet, you should note.
I'm wondering how much just spare change he's got sitting in his pocket
a lot.
now.
I mean, the Ornn only just got 6 items by getting the Thorn Mail.
Well, inhibitors respawning here. Top, mid, coming back up. Bot lane going to be on the way shortly. SKT would like to knock these down immediately, as quickly as they've returned, if possible.
Open terrain around inhibitors, so very difficult for the side of Jin Air to actually engage here. A long-range Ornn ultimate won't do anything. They'll back away and reload, so kind of have to hold that ultimate to stay confident. Ricochet crits do unbelievable damage, even on the 3rd or 4th bounce. Janna could get 2-shot by random ricochets.
Well, fortunately for Effort, it hasn't happened yet, but there's still plenty of time left in this game, apparently. As we're moving on to 53 minutes, maybe we'll just go ahead and break the record again. Set a new one for 2018.
Teddy's the type of airplane right now, a 777 on his CS numbers. He'll get more, of course, just incidentally. It's risky for SKT just to poke inhibitors. Insane where this game is right now. I said insane so many times, but that's because I'm going insane.
They're trying
the fact
to get
that we're still here,
they should have it here.
53 minutes in.
Yeah, Bang finally manages to break it. Faker trying to just inch his way in.
He's trying to work out if it's worth Riftwalk, Lichbane, Riftwalk.
He's going to be on the hunt, popped here.
Faker's going to take an inhibitor. They need to get multiple
kills.
kills.
Get popped up. He's going to get the lead, and Teddy finds the kill. Caught up in the Cataclysm. Wolf
meanwhile,
but Faker is trying to break down the Nexus turret. He's knocked back there and has to go ahead and Riftwalk away. They managed to get 2 inhibs taken down. Bang punished, still dead for another minute, and Baron is up.
But what does 60 seconds mean when they can never leave their base? Cassidy will end the game alone, will end the game if it's just the Ornn as well. Ornn can't pose enough threat to a Cassidy.
I mean, it's just Ornn right now. Faker's going back in.
This.
He's going in, chunking out So-On already to start things off with get in range of that Nexus turret as Jin Air goes ahead and starts up this Baron. Wolf over the wall. This would be a major deny, a massive steal if he could go for it, but it's just too risky. You can see Jin Air will just be exiting. Faker abandoning the attempt. He will not be able to knock down that Nexus turret.
And I gave too little respect, I guess, the percentage damage coming through from the W and then just ulting the wave, because of course he doesn't have a cooldown in his ultimate, so no worries there for the Ornn. Let's get the outer top lane turret, Achilles, 54 minutes into the game.
Oh god, it's ridiculous.
Oh, they need
It's
that burst of
so
gold.
long!
Teddy needs the gold. Justice for Teddy. Give it to him. Alright. Justice for Teddy's even funnier, because that's the name of their 2 carries, but anyway. Back to this, the recall starts. And yet, they didn't crash an inhibitor turret, or an inhibitor, so they probably need 2 more teamfight wins, Achilles.
Hooray.
So EULCS is now 1.5 hours away.
Yep, we're getting closer and closer.
We had 59 minutes 58 today. We're loading up for 60 here. Could also end in about 6 seconds.
Pushing our way there, slowly and steadily.
You're the good luck charm, Achilles.
Apparently,
2 out of 2.
Castertons must love me now. 2 for 2 on this one.
Faker moves up the minion wave. Bot lane pushing in as well, of course, because it's super minions. Lane assignment's correct here by SKT.
Maybe I should cast a telecom ward so we're guaranteed 3 games.
Maybe you should, Achilles.
That'll be Atlas taking over that one at the start of the week.
Faker's just running in because, yep, he does love damage.
Oh, that's 2 hits on it. Needs at least 3 or 4 more. Super Creeps pushing up in mid. Bot still a ways away. As Teddy very well could hit 1,000 CS by the end of this game.
Things that may happen in this professional game of League of Legends in Korea. 843 CS. What do you call the 3.5 times Flame Horizon? Sorry, 2.5 times, I should say. Apologies to Bang.
I don't even know anymore.
Ornn item upgrades for everyone except Wraith, who for some reason doesn't want to get an Ornn upgrade. Probably should get an Ornn upgrade.
Yeah, I think at this point of the game, you don't really have much of an excuse to
500 gold on the redemption's not expensive, so...
Yeah, what are you doing, Wraith? Come on, man. You'd kill Faker with it again if you pick that up.
It's true. It doesn't actually do any more bonus healing, if you guys are wondering at home. I haven't played the game in a while. It does give more health and stats, basically. It's all about just 1,000 more gold to spend, which is very useful at the 56-minute mark.
Now, if it made it trigger faster, that would have been the way to get the kill.
Fastest way to make someone trigger is to say Jin.
Yeah, we're getting there. 11:30 p.m. here in Korea.
We've had so many inhibitors down. We could send a downed inhibitors record if Jin actually goes on to win this game, because they just cannot actually, with their members, spread themselves enough to actually answer something like a Kassadin plus multiple members on the other side of the map. Faker's hunting.
All right, well, this is here. I might as well kill it.
The scariest question for SKT is, if SKT has Elder Dragon and Baron, do they win a 5v5? And I guarantee they don't know the answer.
Well, right now, SKT trying to poke their way through here. They're onto the side. Right now, standing between Jin and that Elder Dragon, which is spawned. Faker jumping forward. Trying to chunk out So-On, but gets locked up a little bit there. Has to jump away.
Base is pushed out enough for them to be here for a while, but eventually the minions down bot lane are going to push in. First time we've seen Jin push this far up and crest into the middle of the map in a good 20 minutes.
Should just be the last wave moving in or getting ready to move through, as that mid inhibit's already respawned. Yep, there we go.
There is a ward for Faker to teleport to that's near the base, not in the base though.
I was just go straight in onto a minion if need be. Faker, he's going to get caught, has to jump to the side. One more crit would do it. There it is, empty! Comes up with the kill. Redemption coming down, barely going to do anything. And now SKT going to be on the run. Bang in the back, trying to duke it out here with Justice. Goes Golden with the Zonias. Looks like he's going to be all right. The rest of SKT should
Nar's going to go backdoor the inhibitor.
He's going to try
to end the game. Watch Nar.
That's going to be the Nexus turret going down. Yeah, Nar trying to get in there. Jin, they have to get back to the base. You see Bang trying to poke out, trying to delay where he can. Has the slow
new
there
shot call and
Upti.
needs to make a clear call.
He's working down the next inhibitor there in the mid lane. Tal just trying to burn through it, but he's going to have to maybe abandon this one soon.
Wraith probably has to flash. Doesn't have flash.
Bang going forward.
Upti
here, right up into the front line. Almost gets popped with the GA. Goes in, tries to finish off Bang. One more hit. Gets a GA pop. TP now coming through from Tal. Getting ready to join in. They missed the Mystic shot, and the Devourer is there anyway from Wraith, so keeps the Kazakhs alive.
They're going to go straight for the Elder. Ornn won't be there, but he'll get in ult range soon. Only 4 members, 15 seconds for Faker.
There's the TP, but this Dragon is going to be dead long before then, and SKT are just abandoning it. Wolf not risking giving up his own life to take that one away.
Jin might win this game with multiple inhibitors, 3 down for so long. The fight they have to go through to just get a single damn inhibitor requires so much pandemonium on the map. 59-58, just last game, or last series I should say. We're going to beat it. It's going to go 60 minutes here. We're going to Crazy Town. And we're no closer to knowing who wins.
All right, so what's the next record we got to be? Oh yeah, an hour and 19 minutes with 45
When
seconds.
do I get my free swear word? Is it 70 minutes, 80 minutes?
You know, I'm not sure when that one gets unlocked.
The fans are just clapping because we've quested 60 minutes. I'll have a little clap too. This game has been